Welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Ujjwal Boro. This is the part 2 video on the importance, date and events for library and information science. In the first part I have discussed things happened in the 16th and 17th century. In this video I am going to discuss the things and events happened in the 18th century, and I believe that it will help to quick revisions. So let's start. So in 1800 established National Library of Congress at USA. Then Kolkata Fort William College was founded in 18 August 1800 by the Marquis of Wellesley, the Governor General of India during 1798 to 1805. Here a library was established by Reverend David Brown, who was a college administrator. Then 1804 established Ednong Library in India, that is Asiatic Society Library at Bombay. 1808 important year for historical development of libraries in India, because then government of Bombay initiated a proposal to register libraries which were to give given copies of books published from funds from the encouragement of literature. 1813 Chartered Act of 1813 passed by the British Parliament gave the East India Company complete responsibility for educating Indians. 1814 established Tunit Museum, that is Indian Museum at Kolkata, West Bengal. Established Hindu Presidency College in Kolkata, in Ravenshaw College in Kotak under the Chartered Act of 1813. It is related to academic library development in India. Then Serampur College funded by the Danes in 1818, and the King of Denmark in 1927 agreed to give this college an academic status by providing equivalence to the Danish universities with power to confer degrees. It is also related to the academic library development in India. Then 1829 Tunit Encyclopedia published, that is Encyclopedia Americana by Groyer INC Scholastic Place, that Danbury, Connecticut, United States. 1835 established Nainong Library in India, that is Kolkata Public Library, locations at Kolkata. Then 7 March 1835 decisions of the British Indian government to promote English literatures and societies in India. It is related to the academic library development in India. In 1836 10th Nong Library in India, that is National Library of India, locations at Kolkata. Established United States National Library of Medicines at Bethesda, Maryland. Then 1839 Antonio Genesio Mario Panizzi, Anthony Panizzi, developed Tunong Library Catalog Code, that is 91 rules for the compilations of the catalog Panizzi Code. 1840 founded Presidency College in Madras. Then 1841 British Museum Trustees Third Nong Library Catalog Code were developed, that is the British Museum Code. Then 1844 American inventor Samuel F.B. Morse built a telegraph line between Washington DC and Baltimore, Maryland. This is regarded as first attempt. It is related to history of communications as a field of study. Then 1848 published book named An Index to Periodical Literatures, an alphabetical index to subject treated in the reviews and other periodicals to which no indexes have been published. Paul's Index to Periodical Literature by the William Friedrich Paul. 1850 established Public Library Act, Great Britain, United Kingdom. It is regarded as the first public library act in the world. In 1852 published Thesaurus of English Words and Phrase, Roget's Thesaurus by Peter Mark Roget, a thesaurus by California from the place of empty view. Then 1853 Charles Coffin Jewett 4 Nong Library Catalog Code developed on the constructions of catalog of libraries and their publications by means of separate stereotype titles with rules and examples. Then 1854 published book named The Laws of Thought by George Boole, and passed an act namely Charles Wood Dispatch of 1854 1854, it is also known as popularly as the Magna Carta of English education in India, also paved the way for the establishment of the universities in the presidency towns. It is also related to the development of academic libraries in India. 1856 published book named The Art of Making Catalogs of Libraries by Andrea Christadoro. Then 1857 first dictionary was published, that is Oxford English Dictionary. Author, it was published by Hill, Oxford University Press. Re-editions in 1884. In this year, Sir John Colville introduced the bill to establish universities in India, and it was passed by the Governor General of India, Lord Dalhousie, on 24th January 1857. These decisions paved the way for the foundations of three universities based on the London University model in the presidency towns of Kolkata, Madras, and Bombay. This is also related to historical development of academic libraries in India. Then in 1859, published a book named A Treatise on Differential Equations by George Boole. 1860, established Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute Library, Boril at Pune. 1862, established Russian State Library at Moscow, Russia. Then the Statements of Yearbook was published by Palgrave Macmillan from London, United Kingdom. Then in 1870, William Torrey Harris developed a classification scheme that was Harris classification system. 1872, Third Nong bibliography published, that is Publisher Weekly. This is a type of trade bibliography that was published by PWXYZ LLC. Then 1874, Carl Ziachko developed a library catalog code, that is Ziachko instruction. Then 1875, invented telephone by Alexander Graham Bell. Then 1876, Melville Lewis Corsat Dewey developed a classification scheme, namely a classification and subject index for cataloging and arranging the books and pamphlets of library. Dewey Decimal Classification. Then published a book named Rules for a Dictionary Catalog by Charles Emicator. Then published first editions of DDC by Melville Dewey, that is first one and third one is same. Then established National Library Association, namely American Library Association, headquarters at Chicago 7, Illinois, United States. The first ALA president was Justin Winshore. Then presidents for the year 2023 to 24 was Emily Dravinsky. Then 1877, established National Library Association, namely Library Association, headquarters United Kingdom. It was merged with Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals (CILIP) in 2002. The first president was John Winters John. Present CILIP president is Sue Williamson. 1879, introduced, published and indexes, namely Index Medicus by the publisher National Library of Medicine. In 1882, established Indian Education Commission, Hunter Commissions. Appointing authority was Lord Ripon. The first chairman was Sir William Hunter. Additional information about Hunter Commissions. It was appointed by the British Indian government in 1882 to study the progress of education under the new policy adopted in 1854 by the East India Company and transferred to the Crown and accepted by the Secretary of State in 1859. Under this commission established Punjab University, Lahore, now in Pakistan, in 1882. In 1883, Tunit Dictionary, that is a dictionary of anonymous and pseudonymous literatures. Author, editor Samuel Halkett and John Laring. Publisher was W. Peterson. Then in 1884, introduced an index, namely Engineering Index by the publisher Elsevier, previously by Dr. John Butler Johnson. Then in 1885, Tony DDC published by Melville Dewey after 9 years of the first DDC published. Technical periodicals by Henry C. Bolton in 1885. This is also related to history of resource sharing. 1886, Charles Hemicater developed a classification scheme, that is expensive classification system. It is also developed rules for dictionary catalog. Established Allahabad University in 1887 under the Hunter Commission's Indian Education Commission. In 1888, third editions of DDC published by Melville Dewey after 3 years of second editions. Then 1890, established Connemara Public Library, locations at Chennai. Then 1891, established Khuda Baksa Oriental Public Library at Patna. Established National Archives of India in 1891 in New Delhi. Then four editions of DDC was published in 1891 by May Seymour after 3 years of the third publication. Then in 1895, established International Library Association, namely the International Federations for Informations and Documentations (FID), headquarters Hague, Netherlands, but later dissolved in 2002. Then 1897, George Herbert Putnam developed classification scheme, that is Putnam classification system. Then formed the International Federations for Informations and Documentations by Paul Otlet and Henrietta Fontana Forum for compiling a old Indian to publish informations. Its original goal was to promote universal access to recorded knowledge through the creations of an international system of classification. It is related to the history of resource sharing. Then 1898, James Du Brown developed Queen and Brown classifications and adjustable classification. C.A. Qatar and Gardner M. Johnson developed a LI list of subject headings for use in dictionary catalog in 1898. Tu Nit Nong of bibliography, that is cumulative book index. It is a subject bibliography. It is a type of subject bibliography. The language is English language book. Publisher Halsey Wilson, USA. In 1898, introduced, published an abstract, namely physical abstract by the publisher Inspec in full from Institutions of Engineering and Technology (IET), formerly Institutions of Electrical Engineering (IEE) London. Then in 1899, Royal Library of Berlin developed Persian instruction, that is library catalog code. So this is all about in this video. In the next video, I am going to discuss about the things and events happened in the 19th century. Thank you so much.